How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a good week. Gonna start off with a little update for the Camaro. We're gonna do some work to it. I'm gonna try to do a how-to video on it. I'm not very good at the how-to stuff, videoing myself doing stuff. I'm gonna give it a shot. It's Valentine's Day. The wife has to work till 7, so I'm gonna lay out this stuff, try to get it ready. Basically what I want to do is I want to put a wastegate on the Procharger, only so I can maintain boost curves and I don't have to run the car at wide open boost, change pulleys. I can speed up the blower, regulate my boost and my timing, and be able to use the car for a lot more events. I want to do some heads-up racing, but I also want to be able to use the car. We don't have a lot of stuff that my car would be fast enough for in heads-up racing. I don't have small tires, obviously, so there's a lot of small tire, no prep stuff going on. I do want to do some no prep, but I still want to run some of the quick bracket races. So let me show you what I got going on here. First of all, my little wall. There's some stuff in the back here in the back of the shop. So I got a Turbo Smart, the biggest Turbo Smart wastegate they have. Okay, I got my air bottle, the gauges, my Mac valves already set up. I've started cutting and fitting. I haven't taken the tube off, the intake tube off the Camaro yet, but have my pressure sensor, my little fittings, wastegate. So I have everything to do the job. I do need to get it to testing before I can. I don't want to take it apart today. I want to get it to leave on full power. You know, I'm having a little trouble here with the shocks. I have made some 4-link adjustments. Here's what we got going on up here. My belt. I did make some 4-link adjustments. I moved the top bar up some. What do we got going on? Let's see. There we go. So let's see. You really can't see the spread. I had it a little closer than that. I moved it up one hole. Try to get it to leave. Try to get it to spin the tire and move out at the same time is what they're saying. I never had this kind of power, so it's always been, for me, dead hook and a little wheel stand going on. So I got my AFCO shocks, my new shocks. Little strange shocks were short. They were 4-inch stroke. These are 6. So yeah, that's the underneath of the car. So basically, during this video, I'm hoping to start the setup. I want to get this mounted, get the Mac valve mounted, get the bottle mounted. That's going to be easy. It's going to go right on one of the main tubes in the roll cage. This is going to be the scramble button. Never had a scramble button, but they say I can put one on there with the with this setup. So we're gonna get this started. I'm gonna try to film most of it. It's gonna take me a little while. This video will probably be a week in the making, maybe a week and a half. So be toward the end of February before, because like I said, this week coming up, I'm gonna try to get it to a rental. See what the suspension adjustments that I made and have to make. And then this Saturday is a quick 32. Saturday and Sunday they got a quick 32 BLP points race they're starting. I want to be involved in that, so I'm going to try to race that race, and then I will try to get this system intact before the first no prep race that I plan on attending in March at our track. Orlando Speed World is my track, so not my personal track, but it's the track that my local track, my home track, you should call it. So let me get started moving some stuff around, and let's see how this goes. Well, back in the shop today. This was going to be a video regarding a wastegate. Installing a wastegate on supercharged Procharger application. And I did get to the track for that race we talked about a few minutes ago in the same video. Made some passes. I'll throw them on there, a couple of them. Ended up hurting the motor a little bit. I learned everything the hard way, so I learned some more stuff. What I learned was you really gotta use Loctite on everything, I guess. So my converter pushed forward on the crankshaft, and I'll show you that in a second, causing pressure on the thrust bearing. And let me show you what happened here. So it caused damage to the thrust bearing. I was finding that my oil pressure was dropping a little bit after the second qualifying run. Went to change the oil. When I got home, I made first round. After first round, oil pressure dropped a little more. It wasn't significant, but I do keep track of that stuff. And what happened was I came home to change the oil, and my oil filter was full of metal, of course, babbitt bearings, stuff like that. Actually, System 1 fuel filter or oil filter catches a lot of stuff. I would say it caught 95% of everything that was getting ground off of the crankshaft and that bearing right there. So the problem was my little pilot bushing here on the converter, you can see it right there, backed out. It shook loose. Procharger engine shake very hard. It's very loose now. I didn't put no I tightened it, but I didn't put any Loctite on it, and it obviously made contact with the back of the crankshaft in the pilot area and caused some pressure against that bearing, which was a little too much for it, and started eating it up. So now I am taking the crankshaft out and everything. I'm gonna take the whole motor down. Hold on. So here we are. Got it out of the car. I already sent the Procharger off because I think it may have a seal leaking internally. Now the whole setup has, including dyno pulls and attempts, you know, half passes, whatever you want to call it, 12, we'll call it 12 passes. That's everything that we've done so far. So it I don't want to try to fix this thing willy-nilly. It's going to go back, the crankshaft's going back to Cali's. They said they can get it all fixed up for me and back to me. I mean, it's a Magnum crankshaft. It's all good stuff. I sent the Procharger off and I sent the crankshaft off. What else has to be checked or touched? I'm going to open up the oil pump, check that, see if it's damaged inside. But the wastegate's still going to go on. I already sent my charge tube out. I picked a spot for my wastegate. It's getting welded up now. During this time of downtime, which should be probably, I guess it'll be about 6 weeks before I get everything back together. But during this time, I'm going to install the Mac valves inside the car, plumb it, wire it for that stuff. I'm also going to change the rear springs. Still having a little traction problem. It's crushing the springs, going on the bumpers. During the burnout, it's on the bumper, so the shock bumper. So I'm going to make a couple changes while I got the car down and clean up a couple things and get this all back together. And that's where we're at right now. So I'll still film the installation and the wiring of the control valves for the boost and all that stuff, like I said in the beginning of the video. But as of right now, getting busy tearing this thing down. It's Sunday afternoon. I want to ship this off either tomorrow or Tuesday. I mean, I'm gonna take my time. I got to clean my bench off first and get this area cleaned up so I can lay everything out and nothing gets messed up. Everything stays in order. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get busy on that right now. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'll video it all and we'll see what we can do. Let's get busy.